Hi everyone, it's Tuesday, February 26th, and I'm Abby and this is Talk to Me Tuesday. Well, big announcement is I have finished the 3 t-shirt quilts. They're done, they're bound, they've been given to the customer, they've been paid for, they are off my list for the moment. Well, they're off my list. Yay! So in light of that, I was able to finish this. So I just found the pattern for it. It's called Flower Market, and it was Tula Pink made the pattern, and I was thinking about it, I was like, I don't remember her fabrics being too flowery, but this is definitely a representation of a flower market, and I call it Spring is Coming because I love bright colors, you know that, but it was new for me to work with like light blues, light pinks, light yellows. I wouldn't call them pastel-y, but you know, it is bright, which is what I love. Everybody that knows me knows that my colors are bright. So I am so happy to have this done. I have no idea how to have it quilted or to quilt it myself. It's a little bit bigger than what I really want to take on, but doesn't matter. It's big. It's funny because on the wall, it didn't look as big as it turned out when I finished sewing everything together. I would have thought it would have shrunk up, but no, it's big. I think it says 63 by 72, but I think it's going to fit a twin bed up in my now guest room now that one of the kids is gone, It'll make that nice and bright and springy. So very happy about that. I think I told you I was meeting up for a sewing thing last Thursday with some friends. And my friend Laura is also doing the Jane Stickle. She's English paper piecing. God bless her. All the blocks. And we were going to do a Cape Fassett fabric scrap exchange because she's trying to do hers in that, and I am also. But so she brought a big bucket of scraps, and I brought 3 buckets of scraps. And I ended up with a nice little pile. It was funny because we were laughing as we are going through. I ended up having a lot of the one she had, but she did have a few that I didn't have or in a different colorway. Because if anybody knows the Cafe patterns, he tends to do like one pattern in 5 or 6 different colorways. So that was kind of neat. And I needed blues and greens and purples, and she had plenty of those. So, and I gave her a nice big pile to play with. So I haven't used them yet. I've only done 2 blocks since because I was really trying to finish those t-shirt quilts. But now that that's done, I was going to say I'll get back to those blocks. However, I received Jennifer, the Talk to Me Tuesday group's jelly roll. And I think Julia was asking in a thread what patterns we were going to do. And I've been sitting on this pattern. You know how you get magazine solicitations for quilt magazines and they have like a free pattern? When I saw this, I got this about 2 months ago. I thought, oh, this is perfect for what we are doing. It spools a thread using 2.5-inch strips. So last night I sorted through some of the strips. I figured out which ones I've wanted to put into the spools of thread. And I didn't realize the voice was starting up again. So when I found out, I took my strips upstairs and I've already started cutting them, which was fun. I'm loving all the things. And to go with it, I found, I think, this fabulous, instead of using the white background, I've had this fabric for a couple years now and I love it. And I've never figured out how to use it, but this is going to be my background. And to me, it looks like thread. So I am very excited and I can't wait to show you what becomes of this. I'm so excited by this project, by the way. Very. I'll keep saying that because it was so much fun getting all the different strips in the mail. That was a blast. I also, I was supposed to go to a Modern Quilt Guild meeting on Sunday, but unfortunately they were predicting bad weather. So they canceled the meeting, and with going to this meeting, it goes by my absolute favorite quilt shop. So that was on Sunday. So knowing that they'd already canceled the meeting on Saturday, which I couldn't figure out because, I don't know, I guess I wasn't paying much attention to the news, but I didn't think the weather was supposed to be that bad. Be it as it may, I decided to go up Saturday. My husband was doing a Boy Scout event. I called up a girlfriend. I said, hey, you want to go for a ride? So we went to my favorite quilt shop anyways, and I saw my friend Shelly, who runs it, and who, by the way, is where I've gotten most of my cave facets. There were like 2 or 3 years in a row that I had done the row by row quilt contest, and I had won. And so Shelly, some quilt shops, they give you like a stack of 25 fat quarters, but Shelly let me pick out which fat quarters I desired. So I ended up with, I think, at least 50. It may have only been twice, 50 different fat quarters, and I chose Cave Facet. Anyways, I have a class coming up at the end of April with a quilter who's well known in this area. Her website is Quilting in Vermont. I think she's done tools too. We're going to do a kaleidoscope quilt, and it's funny, I've never done one before, but we needed fabric that had a 12-inch repeat. And in spite of the fact that I've got all this fabric, I didn't have anything that was really going to work. Some of the repeats were much larger, which would, much longer, which would require getting a lot more fabric, and I really didn't want to do that. But I found this, and it's so funny. I practically tore the store apart. There was maybe 2 other customers there, but Shelly has this enormous like walls of Cave Facet, and my friend Gail and I were going through and pulling out ones that had about 12-inch repeats, and I was pulling out the colorways, and Shelly just came back and she was laughing at me, but this is what I ended up getting, and I think it's gonna be fabulous myself. Like I said, I've never done a kaleidoscope, so I can't wait to see what comes out of it. And that's at the end of April. Coming up next week. Oh, next week already. There's something going on in New Hampshire, and I've never gone to it, but some of the ladies mentioned it to me, and it happens to be on my day off. It's a 3-day event in New Hampshire, and it's called Fabric Extravaganza, and there are quilt shops from New Hampshire. I know there's a lady from New York going to be there, and Vermont, and they bring all their inventory that they're trying to get rid of and sell the fabric at really reduced prices. Of course, no one that I know needs a piece of fabric because we're all hoarders. But gonna go anyways. Why not? You never know what you might find. And so that's next Thursday. I'll have to let you know. I'll have to show you. I'm gonna try to be restrained, but I'm not promising anything. I've already, I made a New Year's resolution. That was out the window quickly. Anyways, I think that's, I think I showed you this. I'm pretty sure I did. Finished that. So then I started working on the blocks for my turbulence quilt. And, I was looking with a friend that does paper piecing, and she saw this and she's like, Abby, she says that paper could have been paper piece easily. And I know, but it was a class. So I took the class. And I think if I ever did do it again, I would paper piece it. But this is going to be fun. I like how bright it is. I was thinking it's very fallish, but she looked at it. She says, no, it's not that at all. Very nature-ish. But that's okay. I like it. Can't wait to show you all the blocks done. I think that's it for now. Happy crafting. I'm so happy. I feel like I've been freed from the t-shirt quilts so that I can, get producing. I'll show you something next week. I just thought of something else that I pulled out last night that needs to get done this year. So happy crafting. I'll work on it, and I'll try to show you something next week. Goodbye.